2001. A Space Odyssey was the year that marked our first steps into the future. The year began with high hopes, though it was somewhat different from what shows like The Jetsons had predicted. After the controversial end of the Clinton administration and the tumultuous election process to select the first president of the 21st century, Americans were eager for a less chaotic decade, envisioning a future more like Star Trek. Having just survived the Y2K bug, optimism was high, and anything seemed possible. However, that optimism was quickly tempered by the events of September. Despite the challenges, the early 2000s brought some exciting innovations. Consumers got their first look at new gadgets from Apple and Microsoft, and we saw Christopher Walken dance on the ceiling. Earthlings also got an unprecedented view of their closest neighbor, and even some hobbits made an appearance on screen. In this video, we'll explore the news, culture, sports, and all the quirks of the 2000s, focusing on 2001. Be sure to subscribe and share your favorite memory from 2001 in the comments below. Let's dive into 2001. January 1st. Greece adopted the euro, becoming the 12th country to join the Eurozone. This transition from the Greek drachma to the euro was a significant step for the European Union, adding momentum and stability to its integration. January 15th. Wikipedia launched with the ambitious goal of being a free open-source encyclopedia. While online dictionaries had existed before, Wikipedia's concept of user-edited articles was revolutionary. January 24th. Apple introduced iTunes, a digital music platform that seemed like a novelty at the time. Little did we know it would become a cornerstone of digital media. February 18th. NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt tragically died in a crash during the Daytona 500. His death was a significant loss to the sport and his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., who was also competing that day. March 23rd. The Russian space station Mir ended its 15-year mission. The controlled re-entry caused debris to fall into the South Pacific Ocean. March 26th. World Championship Wrestling, WCW, was acquired by Vince McMahon's World Wrestling Federation, WWF, leading to WCW's closure. The WWF, later rebranded as WWE, continued to dominate the wrestling world. April 2nd. Ichiro Suzuki became the first Japanese player to join Major League Baseball, making a significant impact with the Seattle Mariners. April 5th. NASA launched the Mars Odyssey spacecraft to explore Mars, primarily looking for signs of water or past life. May 6th. Pope John Paul II became the first pope to visit a Muslim mosque, entering the Great Mosque of Damascus and praying at the shrine of St. John the Baptist. This visit was part of his efforts to bridge gaps between different faiths. May 9th. A tragic event occurred during a football match in Ghana, where riot police used tear gas, leading to a stampede that resulted in 126 deaths. This remains one of the worst stadium disasters in history. June 5th. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant led the Los Angeles Lakers to victory in the NBA Finals, with Shaq winning his second consecutive Finals MVP. July 29th. Lance Armstrong won his third consecutive Tour de France, marking a dominant era in cycling. However, Armstrong's career would later be marred by a doping scandal. September 11th. The world changed dramatically with the terrorist attacks in New York City. The events of this day had profound effects on American foreign policy and global conflict. For more details, check the links in the description. October 7th. The US began military strikes against Al-Qaeda and Taliban targets in Afghanistan, marking the start of what would become the longest war in American history. October 23rd. Apple released the first iPod, revolutionizing the way people listened to music with a device that could store thousands of songs. November 14th. Enron filed for bankruptcy, the largest in history at that time, due to widespread corporate fraud. This led to increased scrutiny and legislation on financial reporting. December 2nd. Enron's bankruptcy highlighted issues of corporate transparency, leading to significant changes in financial regulations. December 15th. After extensive renovations, Italy's Leaning Tower of Pisa reopened to the public, having undergone work to stabilize its tilt. As 2001 came to a close, it left behind a legacy of significant events and transformations. With 2002 on the horizon, we anticipated new developments and challenges. Okay guys, we are ending this video. See you in the next video and make sure to subscribe our channel.